Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. This is a B2 level vocabulary lesson. We're continuing our discussion of idioms. Today we're going to be looking at idioms describing traveling. And here's an example. I have the travel bug. So the travel bug is a fictitious bug that makes people want to travel. Have you been bitten by the travel bug? Now look at the photos and read the text and then match each idiom to its meaning. She just returned from Europe and now she's going to Asia. She has itchy feet. So that is a fictitious illness that causes people to want to travel. Everything he owns fits into his backpack. He's an expert at traveling light. That is C, to travel with only a few items. And he booked a vacation to a remote island to get away from it all. That's A, to go on vacation to escape everyday life. Her father is in the military, so she is used to living out of a suitcase. That is someone who is always on the move. Skydiving is at the top of my bucket list. I've always wanted to try it. That's a list of things that you want to do or experience before you die. And instead of going to a touristy place, we explored a village off the beaten path. That's an isolated place where not many people have been. So now you can answer these questions in the comments. Do you have itchy feet? When you travel, do you prefer to go off the beaten path? And what are the pros and cons, or advantages and disadvantages, of doing that? And do you travel light, or do you often pack too many things? Now use these idioms to create a sentence about each image, and you can put your sentences in the comments if you'd like some feedback. And if you had a chance to get away from it all, where would you go and why would you go there? Now read the dialogue and predict the meaning of the bold phrases. Are you going to hit the road? The weather's perfect for a drive. Yeah, let's take the scenic route. This time, I want to enjoy the views. Okay, just don't drive like a Sunday driver again. We'll never get there. Hey, I like to relax and take it slow. I just don't want someone with road rage to be stuck behind us again. Yeah, that wasn't a good experience. I'll drive a little faster, but promise me that you won't be a backseat driver the whole time. No promises. I just like helping a lot. Let's just go before we start arguing again. Alright, so now match the idioms from the dialogue with their meanings. You can pause the video, try these on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. So a person who drives slowly and leisurely, often frustrating other drivers, that is a Sunday driver. To start a journey or leave a place is to hit the road. Someone who gives unwanted advice or directions when someone else is driving, that's a backseat driver. Angry or aggressive behavior by drivers often caused by stress or traffic, that's road rage. And to choose a longer, more beautiful way to go somewhere instead of the fastest way is to take the scenic route. So road rage is aggressive or angry behavior shown by a driver. In which of the following situations would you have road rage? Someone is driving slow in the fast lane and refuses to move over. Another driver is sending a text message and swerving in and out of his lane. Another driver cuts in front of you without signaling, and you've been waiting in line to get off at an exit, but one driver drives past everyone and tries to cut in front of you. A bicyclist is not following the rules of the road, and as a result, you almost crash into him. You have your blinker on and are about to park when another car comes along and takes your spot. You've been sitting in traffic for over an hour and it usually takes you 10 minutes to get home. The driver behind you is tailgating you very closely. Now use the idioms to create a sentence about each image, and you can put those in the comments if you would like. Now read the conversation between two travelers who run into each other in Madrid. Kira, is that you? What are you doing in Madrid? Meg, long time no see. I'm here for work. What brings you to Madrid? It's a small world. I'm just taking a vacation. How long are you planning to stick around? A couple of weeks. Work has been stressful and I needed to get away from it all for a bit. So how do you like Spain? I love it, although I'm not used to eating at 10 p.m. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. Exactly. Well, I have to go catch my bus, but let's be in touch. We should grab dinner one night. I'd love that. Alright, so now see if you can find the idioms in this dialogue, and then see if you can guess what they mean. So, long time no see is an idiom. It's a small world. Stick around. Get away from it all. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. Let's be in touch. And grab dinner. Let's see if you can figure out what you think those idioms mean. So when in Rome, do as the Romans do. What does this mean? And do you have a similar expression in your native language? And do you agree? Alright, now complete the idioms with the missing words. You can pause the video, try this on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. She returns home from one trip only to start planning the next. She has itchy feet. He tries to travel light, with everything he needs in one backpack. When I was 18, I was bitten by the travel bug, and I haven't stopped traveling ever since. I would much rather travel off the beaten path, but I don't want to go alone. It might take you a little longer to arrive because all the Sunday drivers are on the road today. He has a lot of road rage when he drives. Sometimes I'm afraid to be in the car with him. She really wants to see the ocean. It's on her bucket list. He has been living out of a suitcase since university. He is always on the move. Now complete the idioms with the missing prepositions. Again, you could pause the video, try this on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check the answers. I've been so stressed at work recently. I really need to get away from it all. She loves to explore places where others haven't been, but she needs to be careful when she stays off the beaten path. Her parents were in the military, so she moved many times as a child. She's used to living out of a suitcase. I love to fully immerse myself in local cultures, as the saying goes, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. So read the quote and answer the questions. The world is a book, and those who do not travel read only one page. St. Augustine. So do you agree? Do you think that people who travel possess greater knowledge? And here's another quote, so you can read it and then summarize it in your own words, and you can do that in the comments if you'd like some feedback. To my mind, the greatest reward and luxury of travel is to be able to experience everyday things as if for the first time, To be in a position in which almost nothing is so familiar it is taken for granted. Bill Bryson. And then read this quote and summarize it in your own words in the comments. Travel has a way of stretching the mind. The stretch comes not from travel's immediate rewards, the inevitable myriad of new sights, smells, and sounds, but with experiencing firsthand how others do differently what we believe to be the right and only way, by Ralph Crawshaw. And that brings us to the end of today's video. Please like, subscribe, share, participate in the comments, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.